Build the Mark 89 or the Culligan Medalist series. You clear out the screen, push the up arrow, press and hold regeneration. Once it goes into a cycle, you bypass the system to relieve the pressure on the valve. Continue with the up arrow into brine draw, fast rinse, back into service. Once in service, unplug the system. Phillips screwdriver, loosen the switches, and slide them out of the way. Small screwdriver, loosen the E-clip, lift the cam off, remove the upper screw, loosen the lower screws, drop the Scotch yoke down, pulling the screws out. Pull the motor out, remove the brine piston, push the seal pack piston in, remove the upper sleeve, put the cover out of the way. Pliers, push the piston in, pull the seal pack out. Remove one of the screws for the ejector port. Second screw. Third screw, just loosen it, lift the plate up out of the way, take a small screwdriver, gently remove the ejector assembly, place a new ejector assembly in, make sure the gasket is in place, replace the screws, make sure they're all tight. Pull the clip up to check the backwash restrictor. Make sure it's clean and there's no spider lines on it. Replace. Hold the elbow in, put the clip back in place. Take your new seal pack assembly, pull the piston out, take your cover, replace it, back on top, take your brine sleeve, take your new brine piston, push it all the way in and turn it just slightly. Take the new seal pack, put a little silicone lube on the inside of the valve, as far back as you can reach, and a little bit more silicone on each O-ring. Put the first two O-rings in, get it lined up, and then as fast as you can, slide it in. Take the drive motor, you can see there's two notches. Make sure the brine piston goes through there, then turn it so it goes into that channel. Hold it in place. Put one of the bottom screws in, the other bottom screw in. Place the top screw in place. Tighten it down about 3/4 of the way, but not all the way snug. Take your plastic yoke assembly, line the piston up, put it back together, slide it up under the pins, under the bolts, make sure it's all lined up, tighten both bolts all the way, Tighten the top bolt all the way. Take your upper cam, E-clip is here. You make sure this prime piston slides on the outside. There's a short and a long, and a short and a long. So those two go together. Slides down in place. Small screwdriver and the E-clip lays down inside. And snap it in place. Move your switches back around. Tighten them down. To replace the computer board, carefully slide off the power lines. Press down on the small tab. And pull out on the board. Remove the meter and the battery and the power supply and the switches. Grab a new computer board. All the wires go on one way. There's a lip here and a lip there. They go on. Press on. The meter has the same setup. Press it on. The battery. Press it on. Switches in the back were 3/4 inch. So make sure number 7 is set at 3/4 inch. We do not want time clock backup number 4, so make sure it's off. Snap the board back in place. Put the power wires securely back on. Then we are ready to go ahead and give it power. So plug it back in. It'll automatically go into a homing cycle and cycle around one time. While it's doing that, you can press the status button, set the time of day. It'll say TOD. You can set it to the time of day, hit regen for the hours. Status timer regen, 2 o'clock. Salt pounds, we're going to set it at 6. Backwash, 10. Brine rinse, 60. Gallon capacity will be 1,500 on this one. Up and down until you get to 1,500. Status, up. To put it in a cycle, press and hold regen. It'll go into backwash when it gets to the first setting. Take it off the bypass. Press the up to go into brine draw. Make sure that it's drawing brine. Up into fast rinse refill to make sure it's refilling. Up into service. And everything is complete. We have now replaced the seals, seal pack, everything, and the board on a Medalist unit.